Her poetry will be featured in Best American Poetry 2009, which comes out in September. Debbie?
Hi, everyone. I'd like to thank the Angel Island Immigration Station Foundation for inviting the Kearny Street Workshop poets to this reading this afternoon. It's a beautiful event. The Postcard Poetry Project was a collaborative postcard exchange between Kearny Street Workshop, which is based in San Francisco, and Asian American Writers Workshop, which is in New York City, and they're two of the oldest Asian American arts organizations in the country. I'll be reading two poems first, and then I'll introduce the 5 poets who this spring participated in this postcard exchange of poetry with Asian American Writers Workshop. The 2 poems I have are about the moon. The first is The Farmer's Concern. They call the moon in its encaustic glow the new moon, a waxen yellow, the yolk of an egg, a chick never birthed. Its rising signals the farmer to unyoke his team of oxen. This act smooths furrowed brows and the valley of ache worn into the flesh between the mammal's shoulder blades. Much in the way the farmer's wife rubs liniment or salve into the skin of a tired man. Mabel and Laureen. The moon regrets his father's advice. Take the night shift. Each evening, he dresses his luminous forehead in linseed oil, drying powders, the expanse of him bulging with reflection. On his time, it's always difficult to get some shut-eye the hours before. How the sun shines so brightly, how there's no curtain wide enough to screen its beating rays. He takes out his bag lunch, night in, night out, mouthful of apple juice and PB&J, the sweetest lunch he has learned to make, some consolation. The dog carts, the diners, are darkened, empty. We are not open for you, moon, they seem to say, and so say the surly cart vendors, the waitresses, like Mabel, like Laureen. How Mabel and Laureen stroll past him, full-skirted, primped, merrily, this beautiful moonlit evening, arms in other men's arms. I'd like to introduce our first Kearny Street poet, Kathleen Golding.
Hello, everybody. Is this loud enough for you? Yeah. All right. Thank you so much for having us out. I'm still so honored to be here. As the daughter and granddaughter of Japanese American internees, I feel very interested in the narratives of captivity. So I'm going to read 2 poems. The first one deals with a Boston, Arizona internment camp, and these were all written for this poetry postcard project and sent across the country to New York. So this first one is called Boston, Arizona. What I see is a peach tree blossoming in Boston, Arizona. The daytime sun bleaches the earth. The school children lie underneath the barracks, whispering their ABCs to rattlesnakes and scorpions. I imagine this peach tree covered in tar. The blackbirds perch and glare disapprovingly. Branches blacken with coal. A single flower unfurls in the white heat. And poem number 2 is very different. It's a love poem. It's a breakup poem. It's about when 2 people in love live across the water from each other, one in Oakland, one in San Francisco, and what happens when you no longer cross bodies of water to see each other. All right, this one is called Underwater Tentacles. You are now a foreign creature, my sweetheart sloth. We maintain a suspension bridge between us. Meanwhile, the jellyfish unfurl their tentacles in the seawater. Do you recall those 3 extra minutes you remained between the Montgomery and Embarcadero stations? How I wish I'd kept you on board then, back home to Oakland. I would have encased you in plastic wrap, my dear, preserved you before you became a pernicious pinwheel rotating in the dark. Thank you so much.
Our next Kearny Street poet is Coy Nguyen.
Thank you for having me here. The first poem is called Night. The radiator puffs a warm breath against the frosty air. She laid the red silk jacket on the rippling silk. The goosebump yellow wall, forgive and forget all. The neighbor shivers and closed their eyes. The moon hid behind the draping clouds. The tides sway east to west. A letter home lost in the mystic hue. And the second poem is entitled Letter to My Home. Death note, love affair. Dance with me to the whispering wind. Bid farewell, morning comes. Travel the world to leave my memories. Cage love, silver wind. The ocean baptized my sin. Swallowing shade, lost exchange. I laid on the rocky soil and sing my mother's sacred song. My home, my heart, lost in a foreign land, my land. Thank you.
Up next is Lisa Leong.
Hello, thank you for this honor of reading at Angel Island. Older generations of my family have come through here, and probably a lot of us have the same shared Angel Island history in our families. So since we're in this cove, I chose two poems that draw from water. The first is called Freestyle, and it's about swimming in the ocean. Hands together, pray. I bend my knees and dive, swimming stroke by stroke by stroke. This is all I know. No God, no faith, no master, just forever float. And then second poem is, it started as a haiku about a jellyfish. The jellyfish. Moon jelly lights up, darkest ocean trench ever deep, yet it feels no sting. Brave, bobbing carefree, like flashlight under blanket, numb and tingling in the dark. Okay, thank you.